Okay. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me well? Yeah. So my name is Antonio. I'm a developer relations engineer at Matter Labs, which is the team behind ZKsync, the Elastic Network. And today we're going to talk about Web3 UX, why it sucks, and the things we're doing to fix that. So before we start, we are one of the sponsors of the hackathon, and we have $25,000 in prizes, in 4 tracks, and we have prepared a repo with all the information that you need to build on any of these tracks. We have examples, tutorials, the requirements, etc. So if you're a builder, just scan this QR code, and you will have all the info there. And I also have this QR code at the end, so that's okay. So yeah, why is Web3 not mainstream yet? Well, there are a lot of pain points when you are using Web3 applications. Like, for example, you need to create a wallet, and when you create a wallet, you have to manage your private key. You have to store it somewhere, not on paper. You don't have to take a picture. Nobody knows how to securely store a private key, to be honest. Then you have to sign every transaction, which is really a bad experience. It adds a lot of friction. You have to deal with gas fees. You have to pay for everything that you do on-chain. And in general, apps feel clunky compared to Web2 applications. I'm sure you've seen this video from an on-chain game where every single bullet is on-chain and you have to accept every transaction. To be honest, I'm not sure if this is real or it's just a parody, but this is kind of what it is right now, interacting with Web3 applications. And yeah, other pain points obviously are hacks, FTX, Terra, scams, but yeah, that's for another talk. So the vision is Web3 should feel like Web2, and instead of on Web2 you can log in with Google with just one click. On Web3 you have to install an extension in your browser or an app, and you have to create a wallet. On Web2 you can, if you forget your password, you can recover it easily. On Web3, if you forget your private key and you lose it, basically you're done. On Web2, when you interact with an application, everything is instant. On Web3, what you get is a confusion approval for a transaction with a bunch of random letters and numbers that nobody knows what they mean. And in general, in Web2, there are no friction, but in Web3, it's painful as hell. So the vision is like users shouldn't even realize that they're using blockchain. And if we want to onboard millions of users, we need to make blockchain invisible. So this is something that we've been working on a lot in the past 2 years. And there are a few features of ZKsync that really helps improve this experience. Well, the first one, ZKsync Era and all the chains in the Elastic Network, they are either layer 2 rollups or validiums. So transactions are very, very cheap compared to Ethereum. Block times are super fast. We're talking about 1-2 seconds. So yeah, that's one thing. Again, we have native account abstraction, and it's integrated at protocol levels, and all accounts on ZKsync Era and all the chains of the Elastic Network are smart contract accounts, even externally owned accounts. We have paymasters, which are these special smart contracts that allows application developers to sponsor transactions on behalf of the users, so they don't have to have ETH on their wallets to actually use your app. A few months ago, we launched ZKsync SSO, which basically enables apps to easily onboard users, but allowing them to not have a wallet and use passkeys and biometrics from your phone, like Face ID or your fingerprint, and then the use of sessions, so they don't have to confirm every transaction. And I want to focus on the last two, on Paymasters and ZKsync SSO. So yeah, gas fees, I mean, they are necessary, but they add a lot of friction for users. But if I'm a user, I really shouldn't have to have ETH to interact with an app. And paymasters are basically what allow this. An application developer can deploy a paymaster, fund it with some ETH, and then the paymaster will pay the gas fees on behalf of the user. So that reduces the friction, which means it's better UX, so the users are happier. And on ZKsync, we've been doing this for 2 years since we launched ZKsync around mainnet. And there are a few projects that have launched since then, like Paymaster as a Service applications like Sci-Fi, that basically they deploy a Paymaster for you, so you don't have to, as an application developer, you don't have to do it on your own. And basically you integrate it in your app, and then your transactions are free. It's pretty simple. And the other thing that we have also seen is a lot of collaborations between NFT communities and different applications on the network, where if you have one NFT, your transactions on different applications are free. This is an example from SyncSwap, which is a DEX on ZKsync. And as you can see, I'm trying to swap some ETH for USDC. And as I have one ZK Veggie, which is an NFT collection on ZKsync, the transactions are free. And this is something that we've seen a lot in the past 2 years. And yeah, this is great because we are getting rid of gas fees. But yeah, we're getting rid of gas fees, but this doesn't solve all of the other problems that users will still need to have a wallet, they still need to manage the private keys, they still have to accept or approve every transaction. So to solve that, that's where we have built this invisibility cloak for blockchain. And basically solving that problems means, at the end of the day, using smart contract accounts, using passkeys, and using sessions. And to do all these things, we built ZKsync SSO, which stands for Smart Sign-On. SSO is a modular framework to create smart contract accounts, to authenticate users, and to create sessions. And developers can integrate it into their apps very easily. I will show an example later on. So the main features of SSO are we provide smart contract accounts based on ERC 7579, which is a template smart contract, and you can add modules like spending limits or limits to say which applications your smart account can interact with, things like that, and those modules can be extended. It provides passkey authentication, so there is no need for seed phrases. We have an open source authentication server as well. And then, as I mentioned, with sessions that can be configured, so you can configure the spending limit, or if their session is only allowed to interact with a specific smart contract or with a specific method of a smart contract, things like that, that we call them policies. We have integrated Paymaster support, so you don't have to build your own Paymaster and deploy it on ZKsync. And soon we will have account recovery, so in case your account is not synced with iCloud or with Google Cloud, if you lose it, you can recover it through email, for example. So from a user point of view, how does this look like? So a user will sign up, use your Face ID or your fingerprint, then there is no seed phrases. The auth server will deploy a smart contract account behind the scene, and the user will he will not see anything related to the account itself. When it comes to interacting with applications, there will be no pop-ups to accept transactions, and and that's it. So if you want to see it in action, users they don't need to have a wallet, so you can just open your phone with no MetaMask or no Rainbow Wallet or Coinbase Wallet or anything. You don't need anything. You just visit a website and you can connect. When you sign up, the account is deployed behind the scenes. And then normally what we do, or what the applications will do, is they will define a session with some policies, like the contracts to interact with and the limits to spend, things like that. And there will be no need to send transactions. Here's an example that we built. So this is on a phone. When you click on sign up, you will get this pop-up. And these are the policies that will be created, like the target smart contract that will set this session will be allowed to use. And I was recording this on my laptop, so I will scan my fingerprint. And then you're on your app. As you see on the top, there is a wallet, but that's totally optional. You can decide not to show it. And in this one, we're just minting an NFT, and as you see, there is no pop-up to accept the transaction or anything like that. Everything just works. There is no wallet. It's totally transparent from a user point of view. So if you want to integrate ZKsync SSO into your app, how do you do it? Well, right now, SSO supports both WACMI and Web3 modal, which are basically the most popular libraries to build front ends. You install the npm package with npm or whatever package manager that you're using. Then you create a connector and define your session policies, and then add that connector to your WACMI config, and that's it. This is how it looks like on the code. So if you see the ZKsync SSO connector, it accepts the out server URL, which we provide one on ZKsync Era testnet at the moment, so you can use that one by default. And then on your session, you can define the fee limit, which is like how much ETH can this session spend in gas fees. And then contract calls is an array of the policies that this session will be allowed to. So in the example below, the policy was that the session was allowed to interact with the NFT smart contract and only with the mint function of that smart contract. If someone else steals the session private key and tries to do something else, like transferring the ETH or interact with other application, the transactions will be reverted. Once you have your connector, if you are using WACMI, you just pass it to the connectors, and that's basically it. I mean, from a front-end point of view, there's nothing else that you have to do because WACMI manages everything behind the scenes. So yeah, to start building, if you're an application developer, you can enable gasless transactions by using a paymaster, but basically SSO takes care of everything. So you can integrate it on ZKsync Era today. SSO is available on testnet, and it will be on mainnet soon. But also SSO is not meant to be just a wallet that will replace the wallets for everyone. We provide it as a starter kit for chains or wallet developers. So if you are building a wallet or you're building your own chain and you want to build your own smart wallet, you can use SSO as a starter kit. For example, Abstract Global Wallet, Sophon, they're using the SSO smart contracts behind the scenes. Yeah, that's basically it. That was fast. If you want to try the SSO demo that I was showing you before, you have the QR code over there. And then, again, the hackathon resources for any builders. And yeah, that was it. 15 minutes. That was faster.